Hello guys, I'm Vicky Murgatroyd from Life Empowerment Project, and I'm super excited to be delivering you this week's blog, which is all about how to overcome that fear of judgment that's holding most people back. Now, I wanted to hop on and record this blog kind of off the cuff for you guys because I've spoken to loads of women over the last couple of weeks while we get ready to really launch our next round of the Awakened Entrepreneur. And the kind of recurring theme throughout a lot of these women is the fear of judgment. And it's that fear of stepping out, being seen, and having people either validate the fact that you already agree with, that you think you're not good enough, and have them criticise you in ways that you feel you won't be able to handle, that will somehow actually impact on you just because they have something to say about you. And I really wanted to address this because A, I've been there and it's exactly where I came from, and it's a huge thing that holds most people back. And B, because it is very easy to overcome, and there are some certain shifts that you're going to make that I'm going to show you in this blog. Two particular pillars that are just going to completely turn that on its head. So the first kind of pillar when it comes to this is that you need to validate yourself. We are so good at looking external to ourselves for those things that we want to feel. Now, not only is that completely unreliable to require it from other sources, from external sources, it's also very unpredictable, and it leaves you on very shaky ground because you have nothing to fall back on, no trust within yourself. So literally self-validation is a case of affirming to yourself what you believe about yourself, really getting clear on who you are, what you bring to the table, your skill set, your connection, etc., etc. All those amazing things that are in existence, but we spend so much time spinning things around our head and telling ourselves all kinds of bullshit stories that it never really connects us to that deeper power that we have. Now, through the process of self-validation, you're really going to build a lot of certainty, and that's all grounded in self-love. So when you're giving yourself that validation, that affirmation, those incantations to really get your biochemistry changing and move out of those old habits and patterns, then all of your behaviour starts to change. All of it. You don't care what other people think because you know yourself. You're set, you're certain, and that's all that matters. Yeah, you're going to get compliments, yeah, you're going to get potential criticisms, etc., etc. But you've got that steady, certain base within yourself. And as I've said in other videos, you take yourself everywhere you go, so you've got to get comfortable with you. That's primary point. So yeah, self-validation is a complete game changer. So some practical tips to apply that. Literally, give yourself 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the evening, and sit. We do this as part of the morning ritual with our clients, but part of it is you have your affirming phrases. So anything that you perceive to be a weakness of yours, say for instance, for me, I was always the shy kid, I was always very quiet. And that was always told to me. So when I had to suddenly speak and even be on camera and speak on stage and things like that, it was very shaky ground for me. I was very nervous. So one of the things I would affirm to myself is that I'm a great speaker, that I can speak comfortably and confidently with anybody. Now, when you start to tell yourself all this stuff enough, and you really connect with it on an emotional level, that changes who you are, it changes your beliefs, it changes your core identity. And that is a complete game changer. So yeah, 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the evening, affirming to yourself everything you bring to the table, everything that you are, everything that you have, and just connecting with that self-love completely. All it takes is that 5 minutes morning and evening. It's going to be weird at first, and that habit's going to feel strange as you build it, but I promise you, as I say, total game. And then pillar number 2 is connecting with something higher than yourself. So whether that be God for you, whether that be universe, whether that be the kind of one consciousness, whatever it is, it is undeniable that there is something greater than us at work. Undeniable. So to connect with that gives you certainty again. And as you might notice, that's kind of the theme running throughout today, because when you have that certainty, judgment doesn't matter. And yes, you are going to get judgment, but by connecting with that higher power, knowing where you come from through this self-validation, it puts you in a state of certainty, and that leaves you unshakable. Yes, things will get to you, but they're not going to knock you off your path anymore because you have that steady base within yourself, and that is invaluable. So connecting with something higher. It can even be your vision to impact the world, something that is larger than you. So say for me, one of my contribution things is, as you know, if you've been following for a while, if you don't then here you go, is that I want to give as much as possible to charities that look after cancer in a natural way, not in the old, medicinal ways, etc., that aren't working anyway, but that look at alternatives and that actually get results with it. So that for me, when I think about getting on stage or doing something else, and then I connect with that bigger vision, that vision is always going to pull me through any fear, because it's always going to be bigger than any fear. That's literally what I have on my screensaver. We do all the screensavers for the guys on the programme of my mission is bigger than any fear. Any fear. And so by connecting with that, for you it might be something completely different, but I guarantee when it's coming from that heart space that really pulls you towards it, then your mission is that greater thing that's going to pull you, that's going to be bigger than any fear that you could ever experience. So really connect with the why, the reasons that you're doing it. For you it might be a personal reason, it might be that you're doing it for your kids to show them what's possible. Something that's bigger than you. And then it's a case of trusting. Trusting that yes, you will be thrown challenges, you will be thrown judgments, it's a fact. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that it's not going to sting when it does happen, but to know that that's a challenge, that's an opportunity for you to grow. And that it doesn't matter, because remember that whatever somebody perceives about you is just a reflection of their internal world. It has nothing to do with you, because the way that I perceive the world is seen through my Vicky lenses. The way that you perceive your world is seen through your lenses. It's because of your beliefs, it's because of your values, etc. And possibly your limitations and my limitations as well. So to know that other people's judgments are going to come, to know that your mission is way bigger than that, and to know that when you're connected to that mission, it's going to shrink your fear and up your inspiration. It's a total game changer. So the core principles, if you like, for today: self-validation and self-love lead to certainty and your connection to something greater, the higher power, the universe, God, whatever it is, and your connection to your mission are going to be absolute game changers. And bearing in mind that people's judgments of you are purely a reflection of themselves. Yes, they are going to come. Be connected to you, and they're not going to knock you off course whatsoever. So I hope this has helped. As I say, it's a problem we're coming across again and again and again. And it's one of the things that we address fully to really establish these principles throughout the Awakened Entrepreneur. Now, the main focus in the beginning phases is your mindset, because without that mindset in place, the strategy is going to mean nothing. So we really get you over these hurdles that, as I say, keep coming up for all these women I'm talking to. So we get you over those hurdles, and then we allow your growth to grow the business as we go into the last stage of the program. So if you're interested in applying, we still have some time to jump on board. So I would absolutely love you guys to pop your details in. We've got a button below, pop your details in, and you'll schedule in a call with me. We'll get on the phone, make sure that we're the right fit, etc. Understand your goals, understand whether I'm the one to help you and whether you are right for us. And if so, then we can talk about how it all works together. So, as I say, fear of judgment is holding way too many women back. You are way bigger than any judgment could ever be. Your mission, your vision, your purpose, the fact that you're here, it means that you're here for a big reason. Don't let any judgment slow you down. So, I hope these principles have helped. Let me know how you go applying them, and I would love to see you in next week's blog. In the meantime, live empowered and be inspired.